Good morning, y'all. Currently 5 a.m. Almost 5 a.m. Going to Los Angeles, California. I need to get to the airport soon, so let's go. So today, we're gonna check out 3 coffee places in LA. First being Community Goods. Apparently, Justin Bieber used to go there a lot. Number 2, I was thinking Maru Coffee. And third one being Lavetta Coffee. Yeah, and throughout the day I'll also explain 3 key things I've learned in the past 3 years as a software engineer. A tad bit late to the airport, so gotta hurry. All right, currently at LAX and about to get my rental car. I think the first place I'll go will be, it'll be a coffee shop for sure. I'm forgetting the name right now. And I'm also hungry, golly. Anyways, let's go. Okay, so I was just at Community Goods Coffee and I came back to my rental car because, well, there's no space. It's packed inside, and I mean, there's nowhere to sit inside. You have to sit outside, but it's also packed outside, so I got a matcha drink, dirty matcha, with their homemade vanilla syrup. Let me try it out real quick. Not bad, not bad. And I got their sliders. Usually they add American cheese on it, but I asked for no American cheese. It's scrambled eggs with bacon and avocado. Okay. Not bad. Not bad at all. That was really good. The sweetness from the Hawaiian roll is the key, I think, to these sliders. So I was supposed to actually work from here, but I don't think I can. I need to find a place to go after I eat. This hot sauce is pretty good too. It's not exactly a buffalo sauce, but it has some like zing to it. Something that I notice about all great coffee places, let's be honest, how many coffee shops are great coffee shops just because of, you know, the quality of the coffee or the quality of the beans? I'd have to say none. Most coffee shops are great because the vibes are there. Why is the vibe there? Either the interior is nice, the branding, and just the vibes, right? And the Community Goods, I can see that the vibe, a lot of young folks too, a lot of hip people come in. So definitely the vibes, the interior, the atmosphere surrounding the coffee shop is very important. It's something that I realized. I also said that I'm going to share the 3 things I've learned in my first 3 years as a software engineer. And before I share that, I just want to say, am I one of those software engineers that, number one, am I in a big tech company? Am I in Apple, Google, Meta? No. Do I care for it right now? Not really. If I'm being really honest with you. The past year and a half, as I've seen many of those big techs, other than Apple, but interesting enough, Apple also laid off a good amount of workers this year. But as I've seen a lot of these big tech companies laying off people due to recession fears and the fear of the economy going down, going under, they have laid off people and their workers. And do I have that slight fear of that happening if I were to challenge myself and get this big tech offer? Yes, because I've seen friends get laid off. And what better company to be a part of than Walmart, where during times of recession, it's almost better for Walmart. Why? Because people flock to Walmart because prices are cheap, you know? And Walmart's motto is save money, live better. So I just want to preface this whole tip thing because I'm sure there are so many other software engineers that are YouTubers that will, you know, that will give you better advices maybe because they are in big tech, but I just also wanted to give you my advice because it comes from a different perspective. Anyways, first tip. As I've been at Walmart for 3 years now, number one big tip as a new software engineer, really get a grasp of the domain knowledge of the project that your team is on or working on. For example, my team at Walmart, we take care of outbound processing. So whatever items that are going outbound of Walmart supercenters, our app decides what to do with it. Other than when we mean outbound, the items that are going out, it's not the items that the customers purchased, but it's items that is either returned from customers or maybe, you know, bananas go expired. We decide what to do with them. So we have an app for that and we maintain it. We, you know, create new business flows, or if business team tells us to make changes, we, you know, work with them to make and accommodate those things. Understanding what your team is doing and what the app is trying to do, quickly get a hold of that. Because the quicker you understand, the quicker you're on the good side of your tech lead, your manager, your team, and you can be an asset. So that's my tip number one, because quite frankly, that's not what I did in the beginning. The sad thing about LA is there are a lot of homeless people here. A lot of it has to do with drug issues. I decided to go to Stereoscope. I've came here before. I was going to go to Lavetta, but I need to start working. I need to get some work in before tonight. So Stereoscope here, it was a lot closer, so I'm walking over. I finally got out of the coffee shop after working for a couple of hours, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I am not about talking to the camera in public. If I can choose not to, I won't. But Stereoscope, it's good. I think it's my favorite coffee brand in LA. And point number 2, biggest point I'd say in life and also in your career, it's to have the right people around you and smart people. Luckily, when I first joined my team, somehow the guy that I asked about Walmart and the interview process in LinkedIn, by God's grace, he became my team. He was, on the team I was gonna go under. So automatically we clicked, but at the same time, he was really smart and he worked hard. So I learned a lot from him. So I think it may be easier for some, it may be harder for others, but finding the right person to click with and finding the right person to learn from as soon as you join your team and your company, and the right mentor too, would be, even better. But yeah, that's my suggestion. And my second thing that I learned, and second tip I want to give to you guys. I'm actually back at my home shooting this, but through the remainder of the trip in LA, I actually went to 3 more coffee shops. First being Maru Espresso Bar. It was quite fancy since it's located in Beverly Hills. My dog's biting me. Number 2, I went to Lavetta Coffee. And third, I went to Maru Coffee. So it's the same ownership as Maru Espresso Bar, but Maru Coffee, the original, is in the Art District of LA. All great experiences. I'd have to say Maru Espresso Bar, their foam top was really good. The foam in itself, the quality was so good, along with the quality of the actual espresso, that some of the guys that I went on this trip with, they tried mine and they both decided to get the same thing that I got. So definitely try that out when you go. And I believe Maru Coffee also has the same drink, but at Maru Coffee I had a matcha latte because I didn't want to get too over caffeinated. But yeah, and then Lavetta Coffee. I would have to say Lavetta Coffee is my favorite in terms of their architecture, their interior design, but also the outside. And I think because they have the full ownership of the commercial building, it's not like placed in a plaza or anything. So they designed the outside just like the inside, very minimal, and it almost looks like the whole building is like made out of clay. I'm sure it's not, but that's almost how it feels when you get there. And yeah, like if I were to rate the quality of the actual coffee, I'd go to Maru. In terms of my favorite franchise of LA franchise coffee shop, it would be Stereoscope, because they're very interactive with their fan base, and also I love how every Stereoscope coffee shops have different designs of their interior. And then third, I mean, their coffee is also just great, and their coffee beans are good, and their packaging is beautiful as well. I believe they actually got an award for their packaging design. Back to the third thing that I learned from working as a software engineer the past 3 years. Third thing is, I believe most companies and teams, engineering teams, are sprint based. So every sprint, the goal should be finishing all your tickets or tasks that you've been given. And I'd suggest finish it as fast as you can. If you finish faster, then you have more time to do other things. And that other things could be more work. The other things could be maybe some other goals that you have in your life. But if you finish those things faster, then you don't need to stress about, doing those things last minute. And I think for me, I learned to do that a little later than the usual. I still get all my things done, but sometimes I squeeze it in right before our new sprint. But don't do that. Definitely challenge to finish all your tasks as soon as possible, because it gives you leisure and it gives you leverage to do other things. If you want to move up the corporate ladder faster, then you can ask for more tasks. If you want to have a side hustle and you have spare time, well, there it is, that time. And then third, if you want to prepare for something else, study for something else to be better at that, you have time, So that's my third thing that I want to share with you guys. Yeah. Thank you for watching. Peace.